Hello and welcome to the Trending Topics. My name is Silvia Muraguri.
And my name is Chris Migwambo.
We begin right away with the stories that are making headlines in Kenya currently. And we begin with the hashtag United Against Corruption, We Stand. Chris.
Yes.
Corruption in our country.
Yes.
Is it too much that we have to hold summits, although I understand they're held globally?
I think the last time I checked about corruption in Kenya, we were at number 5. If I don't lie, I'm really a good patriot, but we were number 5. We are really performing well in corruption in Africa. And one thing we have to know is that in Kenya, for you to eat in a funeral, you have to have a connection. That a clear indication that corruption is everywhere.
And for you also to get a seat in a matatu, I understand, you have to be
pay.
corrupt.
And then there is this one whereby I said it yesterday that amongst two Kenyans, one is unemployed.
Yeah.
And one is unemployed not because he hasn't qualified. He has qualified, but because of there are certain individuals who must bribe their way to get certain positions. And you find that, like, even in our profession, there's quite a lot of people who are here who shouldn't be here.
So tell us, are you here legally?
I'm here legally.
This is not
Given
your
the power to read and write. Yes.
Okay, fine. So the Kenya Human Rights Commission will hold the second People's Anti-Corruption Summit in commemoration of the International Anti-Corruption Day. Of course, and it's ongoing.
Yes.
And also it will be held along Westlands, where the AACC is. That's the All African Conference of Churches.
Yes. And Silvia, what can you say about the corruption in Kenya?
Corruption is so bad.
Yes.
Because I understand it begins with me and you. You know, sometimes we bribe people and we don't really remember that even the small bribes count as corruption.
Yes.
You know, maybe I'd bribe you sometimes to cover up for me, you know, when I can't make it and things like that.
And if I may just ask you, are we just in a position whereby when we talk about corruption in Kenya, we only talk about bribes? What about just putting on immorality? Is that not corrupting your morals?
It is corruption, but it is not as at a higher level, because most people here on the comments we are getting, I'll read one for a law-abiding citizen. He calls himself that. It says that International Anti-Corruption Day is a day observed annually to remind us citizens that it is our responsibility to fight graft.
True. And
today, which just happened, we gathered to discuss how corruption affects common people's growth, development, and thus the whole country.
I agree. I agree with it's at Jabu, because from the look of things, corruption really affects us in a very wide perspective, and then a lot of Kenyans really pretend to be not corrupt, but by the end of the day, corruption wins. But I think out of this, we might improve.
And we get to understand that it is not only in Kenya, as one says, but corruption is there in Africa and has left millions disenfranchised and without access to even the basic health services. Can you imagine?
It's really bad.
Yeah, because these people, our leaders sometimes, and all these people who are in charge of society get to, embezzle the funds. And afterwards, we don't even get to have the social amenities that citizens of a particular country depend on.
I couldn't agree more, because from the look of things, we have seen the county government can't explain how a wheelbarrow was bought at 100,000. We've seen also cabinet secretaries just losing 100 million in their dockets, and they can't come out and just give us the clear explanation. And then the Auditor General also have got some magic numbers.
Then I think that is so sad. So we move, or rather we cross over to the most 100 influential Africans. The list of the 2017 has just been released. 2017 is coming to an end, Migwambo. And we understand people, let me just mention a few, the ones who've been listed there. We have Chief Justice Maraga, media personality Julie Gishuru, you know that one. Centum CEO Moria, athletes Helen, Obiri and Faith Kipyogen, nutritionist Ruth, and MP Nor Sophia, lawyer PLO Lumumba, and the scientist.
From the look of this list, I think there are certain individuals who I will disagree with. Media personality, Julie Gishuru. What do you think they were considering to?
I wonder what they were considering on choosing these people, but for maybe PLO Lumumba, I'd give him a tick.
Lumumba,
and the athletes, of course, they put us in a very global map.
Lumumba lost it the moment he went into politics and stood actually for IEBC in the court, in the Supreme Court, the case that was challenging President Uhuru Kenyatta's win, and then this was contradicting his earlier stand at one of the media stations where he said, you know, I am a neutral guy. I won't be seen in the courts, and I won't. And then he came here, talked a lot of the English.
But are they really influential? What's like influential? I think influential to me means that they cut across all ages and get to impact everyone.
Yes.
But in this case, I mean, you know, it's a particular group of people they get to influence.
But Chief Justice wins for me. Yes, he stood firm, and he did one thing that has never been done in Africa. And out of that, he has really gotten a lot of congratulations from here and there. And then looking at Helen Obiri, she won a lot of athletics in this year. She has really done us proud. Faith Kipyegon also, nutritionist Ruth Onyango. I think she has also helped quite a lot of ladies and win the and all that. MP North Sophia also has done a recommendable job. But just let's say.
Okay, and the scientists as well who keep.
I think Amolo Otiende should be where Patrick Lumumba is.
Okay, fine. Now let's cross over to Tanzania.
Yes.
Today we keep it a little bit, you know, on a lighter note.
Zari
Hassan's husband passed away. Was it this year?
It's around this year.
And then I understand that thugs dug up Ivan Sewanga's grave, hoping to collect cash that he was buried with. But unfortunately, they were interrupted by dogs, which started barking at alarming neighbors. But why were they going to dig, though?
You know, from the look of things, it's like these guys were just there to see.
Let me just tell you a little bit about Ivan's history, which I got to dig from social media. Ivan Sewanga, aka Ivan Don, is the ex-husband, of course, to Zari, who passed away May this year. He was the CEO of Rich Gang, man. Rich Gang.
I understand. This guy used to live in SA.
He used to flaunt money, you know. And then it is said that during his funeral, his friends and his brothers popped bottles, threw away money, like on his grave, you know, as a sign and norm that Ivan used to do. So these people probably want, you know, to get something from themselves. But unfortunately, dogs. But I think the dogs actually have always been there, maybe to safeguard.
But I think Ugandans have been a good.
But since May till now, ama ni Christmas mifuko kidogo haichimbiki.
But I think Uganda, the economy is good because they've not been through what we've been in the last 3. But what if some Kenyans are in that group? Because we've seen this happening before.
We've seen this happening before. People actually even dig out for coffees. Now today I'll become like, you know, these Vitanawili people and Tafakari Ababu. Do you know, this is for you to remember and remember me with. It is only in Kenya where someone would call you via radio and tell you, hello, punguza sauti ya radio yako ndio tuweze kukusikia. The waves go like tree. That's my kichekesho this time round. So guys, that is all we had lined up for you this morning here on the Trending Topics. I am Silvia Muraguri.
And I'm Chris Megwami.